as equal partner in an equal money system is, in the equal money system, each participant will be an equal partner in terms of support, in terms of need, in terms of requirements, in terms of happiness, in terms of everything that defines human life. Obviously, in the beginning, it will be a process of establishing that equality step by step. But eventually, that equality will be a given for every child born. And within that process will start to also establish the equality for animals, plants, for every living thing on earth. And nothing will be disturbed unless it is life-threatening to the human. Otherwise, the human will allow one and equal the existence of beings. There will be a cleansing period initially in establishing through research what will happen if certain types of beings that are purely parasitic in nature, that means they are forming or establishing no particular reason for their existence, or could be weakening another being by being a parasite, quite similarly to how the mind has weakened the physical through being the parasite feeding on the physical, eventually even superseding or taking over the awareness aspect of the physical within a systematic mind consciousness system, and creating a level of equality based on mind instead of based on the physical. That is what has happened, and that is what is being stopped now. And within equal partners, the mind is not relevant within this establishment. The mind is in its place where it should be, the servant and not the master. The master is the physical, and that which is defining the physical in every way, so that each being in the physical have a life that is best for all. Happiness is defined by fulfilling all the physical aspects of one's existence, not the personality aspects that by the time we get to an equal money system will be clearly understood to be, in fact, forms of demonic possession that will quite easily be stopped where there is a will. Thus, equal partners in an equal money system means that all partners will have and receive and acquire the same from the system, and decisions will be made based initially on the agreement of the majority with confirmation through the mathematical equality equation, clearly indicating that the will of the people is equal to what is best for all. That way we'll continuously be able to establish clarity, clearly, that the understanding is here that each one must will what is best for all. Each one must give what they would like to receive. Each one must love their neighbor as themselves. We must understand that the message of Jesus in practical application is in essence to be an equal partner in this world in every way. Custodian, where there will be no slaves and where slavery will not be necessary. Yet, each one will still live by the understanding that there is labor, there is work to be done, but the labor and the work is an act of love, is an act of understanding, is a contribution to the greater good, where no reward is required. The very gratefulness is the reward, where this, what we already understand, as we understand these things. We have written many books of philosophy about it. We just never lived it. We never embraced it. We never considered the practical living application of, for instance, a message from Jesus, or considering that the teachings of Lao Tzu, that the Tao in fact is a practical consideration of the consequences that happens if one do not consider simple, effective common sense. So we have a long journey ahead, and we ask those that understand what we share to truly embrace self-forgiveness and to let the past go, to let all ego, revenge, and everything that in any way resembles competition, comparison, or some form of conflict, to let it go with self-forgiveness, to self-honestly consider what is truly best for all within the context of a physical life that are bound by physical laws. To start the process of re-education in spite of the doom and gloom that is projected upon those that are embracing the responsibility to bring about a world that's best for all. To stand up and form part of the group, because this can only happen as a group. That's not happening. There will be no leaders. Once this is done, the new world will have no leaders. There will be no God. There will be no master. There will be only self-mastery. All equals. The basic context of this is understood by so many, but not the application in a group, in the physical as this world, because it's all understood only from a perspective of ego, from separation, not as one, as equal, not as true oneness where all is in fact equal. There is still the idea that some is worth more than others, some is better than others. There's still this polarity, up and down, left and right, good and bad. It's still there. Good and bad is not real. Good and bad is purely a subjective decision made to benefit some and let others suffer. There is no point to knowledge if the knowledge is vested in good and bad. All knowledge must support life to its highest form equally in ways that's best, defining and creating systems that support and functions to, in effect, allow a world where all life is honored always. This is a very tall order. This will take everything, absolutely everything we have, and there is no guarantee that any of us that is in this journey will actually see this happen. But let nothing deter us. Let us stand steadfast until this is done, clearly directing ourselves supporting each other, purifying ourselves, purifying each other, designing ourselves, designing each other, until we have a world where clearly we can be proud of ourselves and each other. And when a child is born, that moment of first breath, we can see that we are truly bringing the divine to the divine, one and equal. We are capable.